Hi folks, this is Mitch. I'm in my backyard. It's Thanksgiving Day, and I've been working on this this DirtyBirdi for a while. This is the third one. The first one, the guy sent me the wrong cores, and I built it. I modified the wing to accept them anyway, and then I was flying. I got mid-air at the flying field, and built another fuselage, and took that wing and repaired it, and took the tail feathers off it and put it on the new fuselage. Was flying that, and it flew great, more or less. And but then the wing failed because I didn't detect some structural damage in the wing that was from the midair. So anyway, I called up Eureka Aircraft Company back east out in the mountains someplace. And he sent me another set of cores for the wing, and he threw in the stab cores since he sent me the wrong was the first time to try for compensation. So Randy Hinton sheeted the cores for me with his really trick process of forgotten. It's the name of the guy that came up with it, and I don't recall what it was. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, Randy did a super job because he's an expert at everything, and so the cores were perfect this time. And so I anhedral the stab again, and this one I made a turtleneck on it, and it's got conventional gear instead of the tricycle gear. This one has mechanical retracts. These are Hanger 9 Blue Nose Mustang. That's the 60 size ARF Mustang that they make, and John Weaver was telling me they're good struts. These are oleo struts, which is nice because I was having trouble with the E-Flight gear I had on it. The retract worked okay, but the wire was cheap and the wire bent. And I have since found another source for wire for struts, but I didn't know it until just recently. So anyway, this one, like I say, it has a turtleneck on it, and of course the stab is anhedral like the last one. I redesigned the fin and the rudder, and this one has a cockpit, and I don't know if you can see in this light, but it's got a cockpit there with a yoke, and that's Barbie. And she's got a flight jacket on, which is really cool. It has her name on it, which I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got her name on it, which is really nice. And so anyway, this fuselage is a redesign. It's not the original DirtyBirdi design. I redesigned it, and I figured out the moments, the nose moment, tail moment, the weights, and all that stuff. And so I redesigned the fuselage, and this one came out right on the money with the OSAX65 there. And I mounted it so the tank is mounted to the back somewhat, so the CG doesn't change with the tank empty or full. It doesn't change a little bit, but not much. And then I have one of my windows in here so you can see the fuel level. And then I would be putting a voltmeter inside of here, which Tom Svirsev found online, and he advocated them, so I put it in there, and it tells you the receiver voltage, which is great. This one has a Max unmuffled tune pipe, which just sounds great. You'll get to hear it in a minute. So anyway, and I use the pink monocoat because it's the gal's plane, and but the neon pink monocoat behaves different than other monocoat. So I ordered neon pink ultra coat, and I'm going to tear the pink off this pink off, and put the pink ultra coat on it. And then after I do that, then I'll put all the trim on it. So anyway, that's the plane, and I'm going to go get the hatch, and I'll start this again. No, I got the hatch right over here, so I can put the hatch on, and I'll fuel it up, and you'll get to hear this thing run. It's pretty impressive for a glow engine. put the hemostats on there so when I fuel it doesn't flood the engine. So this is a hatch I made, and it's got the leading edge is cut at an angle, which Terry, my buddy Terry Morgan came up with that idea. It works like a champ. And then these latches are something cool I found online, and there's several models. And so anyway, the hatch just goes in there like that, and you pull that back, and it fits just perfect. So I'm pretty happy with those. I tried magnets, but the magnets aren't strong enough. On the bigger planes, they blow off. Even with 2 good magnets on it, they blow off. Okay, receiver on, transmitter on, receiver on. Okay, I've got a canopy for it, but it blew off, as a matter of fact. I just had it taped on, it wasn't too smart. Now, let's see if it's going to light off. When you run a pump, it takes a while to get them set up right, because there's no parameters for the setting on the pump. And it always affects the low speed and the high speed setting on the engine, so it winds up being some trial and error. So let's give it 2 flips of prime, and looks like we got fire. So if we see, it's going to start up for us. Whoops, we'll load it up. A little rich. Backwards.